bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck.
Hello, and welcome once again to In the Library with
Tara!
And, as ever, I remain Adrian. But today we have with us our very special guest,
Julie Wadelick-Roberts.
Yay!
Okay, that's kind of a mouthful. Can you say that again one more time for me?
Julie Wadelick-Roberts.
Julie Wadelick-Roberts. Perfect. Have I ever told...
What?
I've told you my secret name. For our listeners out there For our listeners out there, sometimes I like to go by Ludwig van Leissenstraatse Betzelum and Grafelheimer Buxtehude Schmidt.
I go by Parker.
So,
Just call me Jewel.
Jewel, what brings you here today?
I am here to talk to you about the Bedford Community Foundation.
Yay!
One of Bedford's best kept secrets, and we don't want it a secret anymore.
Okay, I do have to start this off with a very important question.
Oh no.
Is this for Bedford, Michigan, or Bedford, New York?
I wish I could say New York, but I'm happy it's Michigan. So yes.
We actually get that quite often. Like people like trying to call like Bedford, New York Library. Like they'll accidentally call us. There's been a couple of times like they're asking me about something like on our calendar. I'm like, I have no idea where you saw this. And they're like,
How funny is
and
that?
finally it clicks and we're like, oh, you're in the wrong area.
Same time zone, I think, but
Yeah.
very wrong area.
So what is the Bedford Community Foundation?
The Bedford Community Foundation is an organization that started in 1990, and we help the Bedford community and the members of its community. We have multiple accounts that folks set up for different reasons, and we're kind of a pass-through for some of them, but a lot of them we are able to utilize those funds to help the community.
Nice. So what is your role in this? Like what do you do specifically?
I am a trustee. I've been a trustee for about a year, and I attend monthly meetings. We vote on how to utilize the monies that we are given. Right now, we have over $1 million sitting in all of our funds together, and vote on how to utilize those.
So do you all kind of have different ideas about what you want to do? Like is it hard to come to a consensus or...
It isn't hard to come to a consensus. Most of what we do is, not most of what we do, but a large part of what we do is scholarships for graduating seniors, and then those are renewable. We do about $30,000 a year in scholarships to high school seniors in the Bedford area. We have a few other accounts that people can utilize mostly for helping with healthcare things. So we just recently had somebody request help with paying a bill for something that their child needed. And so we have Hope for Healing Fund, and we also have the Bedford Heart Heroes Fund. So we do out of those can come multiple things that have to do with healthcare.
So how do people go about requesting money or assistance? Do they so I know you have like a bunch of different funds. Do they have to like look those up and reach out to that specifically, or do they just reach out to you?
They go on our website and there's applications there requesting a grant or assistance with funds, and they just fill that out. They send it back to us, and we vote on it. I've been there for over just about a year. We've never said no to anything. So
What is the website?
the website is called bedfordcommunityfoundation.com, and we are right now working on putting a donate now button on there as well. So in addition to reaching out and asking us for help, you can find the scholarship application for our seniors, and hopefully we'll have that donate now button on there so that people can help us out, help their neighbors out.
So a burning question I'm sure all of our listeners are wondering. You weren't there when it was founded, correct? Bedford Community Foundation?
I was not.
Okay. Do you know when they were founding the Bedford Community Foundation, was Step by Step from the New Kids on the Block playing on the radio?
They were actually, and they were playing Nick Lachey's favorite song at that point. So it was very kind of charismatic. That just, really, it was amazing. It was really, it was a very emotional moment.
I believe it.
It was. I don't even know if Nick Lachey. That's the only one I could think of.
You went into that so seriously. I'm like, I feel like I missed something. Is this real?
I don't even know if charismatic is a word.
Just own it.
It's mine.
It's yours.
Nobody else can.
It is of, like, or pertaining to kismet.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. So you're saying that seniors can request scholarships. Do you only do it for high school seniors? Can like grad students?
Those are renewable. So as long as they reach out to us again, we can renew those.
Okay.
So yes, it could be, I don't know if it goes all the way to graduate school, but I do know that they are renewable. And we do ask them to please reach out to us so we can help them.
Now, just because renewables are big in the news right now, does the Bedford Community Foundation do any recycling on top of using renewables?
So the Bedford Community Foundation, we do create a lot of paper waste. So I do try to take all of our paper waste to a recyclable location. So yes, we do. We do try to recycle as much as we can, as well as, sometimes we collect pop tabs.
Fantastic.
You can't mess with her. She's on top of it. I don't think anyone's ever dealt with him quite so well. So I know you've been there for over a year now, right? Have you had like a favorite memory so far? Like maybe one of the fundraising events or just working with your team? Has there been any time that you like, this made you like really happy to be involved?
I think that for me, I enjoy our bowling event. Our bowling event we have in the fall every year, and that's one of our 2 fundraising events. And it's just over at Forest View. We want to, patronize our local businesses. So we have our bowling event there. It's a lot of fun. We get a lot of donations from the community, gift baskets and raffles and things like that. The other one that's fun also is our fundraiser that we have in February, and that is a euchre tournament. So for those of you that are from the Midwest, you completely understand what that is. But if you are not, if you're from anywhere else, you have no idea what euchre is. But we have that at Angelo's Northwood Villa, again, utilizing another local business to support that. And that has raffles and giveaways and all sorts of fun things as well. So those are fun.
So this is a 2-part question.
Okay.
The first part, what's your bowling average?
My bowling average is, it's about the same as my golf score, which is very, very high. I'll just tell you that much.
Well, not to brag, but my bowling average is 12.
I was going to say, I once scored an 11.
Now,
Not lying.
You bowled 1.
now,
Did you have the bumpers up?
No.
how many employees/volunteers does the Bedford Community Foundation utilize?
We have right now, on our board sits 11, 12 people. We also, an interesting piece about our board, one of our dozen folks is a high school student.
Oh.
And they are the Youth Advisory Committee. We call them the YAC kids. And they are sophomores or above. So we do have a student representative trying to help them understand what we do and how we can help them and how they can give back, which is really, really important in our community, is to start young so they get that idea of how we can help each other and pay it forward.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do. If we want anything to like get better in the future, we have to get kids involved and help them understand now.
Yes.
So I completely agree with that.
If anybody was at the Bedford Trade Fair just recently, we had YAC kids there all day long, and they were great with working with the community and talking with the other vendors, and they're really a phenomenal group of kids.
They actually come here regularly and utilize the space for their meetings.
Great.
YAC does.
So they even come to the library. Yeah. Yes.
As everyone should.
Yes. Why wouldn't you come to the library? It's
Exactly.
shopping for free. When
Pretty
I'm
much
done with it, I
right.
just give it back and collect dust at my house.
Save money, doesn't clutter the house.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like it.
So how is the board chosen, and can I challenge an existing member to take their spot?
Ooh, like a duel?
I was thinking like bowling.
No, you may not, because we have an open position.
Oh.
So what you do is you can reach out to any of our board members, and I can let you know. You can also go through our website and request information. We've got we have 3 pretty new board members right now. Erin Waynes from Roth and Waynes is new. Dr. Hardy up at Pinnacle is new, as well as Paula Samples, who has the new, has a little art studio, does painting parties at Old Schoolhouse Commons, which is where we meet every, once a month we meet at Old Schoolhouse Commons. So.
Do you all have very similar backgrounds, or is it kind of a hodgepodge of all different people in the community?
I would say that we are a hodgepodge. I personally work at Kingston in Sylvania, but I've grown up in Green Hills. I bought my parents' house. I've lived here my entire life. My father had a corner business, so I've always been here. But we have retirees. Marianne McBee, who is a retired State Farm agent, is on our board. We have a person in charge of HR at Monroe Community College. So we've got, that's Lynn Shorbert. She's currently our chairperson, president of the board. So yeah, we're kind of all over the place. We have Deb Schinkel, owns Hunter's Run, the farm, the horse farm. Les Marsh, he's an accountant. Lisa Bates is also local. She owns a local business. So we've got quite a bit of roundabout ideas and things coming in from different aspects.
The requirement basically is just wanting to help the community and nice. It's kind of nice that you have all those different perspectives, especially like if you're voting on like where the money's going to go to, then you have all those different opinions and backgrounds.
Yep.
Yeah, got to make interesting meetings and conversations.
It is. But, we're all there for the same purpose, to support our local neighbors.
Do you know who created the organization?
Yes, I do. Walt Wilburn.
Okay.
I know recently passed. He was one of the folks that started the Bedford Community Foundation. I know that the original grant was the Kellogg Mansion grant way back in 1990. That was our first kind of our first account or first grant that was set up, and that was helping with catastrophic illnesses.
Oh, so it was started in 1990?
Yeah.
The organization is older than me.
Oh, you hush up. Gosh, I was in college in 1990.
I was born in 93.
I was celebrating my 30th birthday in 1990.
No, you were not.
I was going to say, no way.
He's 105, guys.
Yeah, she says fundraiser back when we first started. It introduced us to generous members of our community who care about educating our children, helping those with catastrophic illnesses, and enriching our cultural lives.
So, I have a question. Bedford Community Foundation. Have you ever read Isaac Asimov's Foundation trilogy?
I have not. But I just checked out from the library, Philippa Gregory, she has a trilogy, and I checked out the second 2 books. So I'm in the process of reading a trilogy, but no, not that in particular. Does the library have that?
We do.
Okay.
I was just curious if, in order to lead a foundation, if one had to read books entitled Foundation.
Here's the key you have to know. Never take his recommendations on books, but especially movies.
I'm not leading the foundation. I'm just a board member. That would be Linda. Maybe she needs to read that book, or she should, or she doesn't need to. Maybe she has read that book.
But you know what book we have read?
Oh, what did we read?
We have all read the book Just Help by Sonia Sotomayor. So this is How to Build a Better World. And I don't know about you guys, but I really liked this book. I think it's really cute. So this is a children's book. And I thought it was a really great example to show children not just different ways that they can help their community in very simple ways, but also how one good action can lead to more good actions and just really make an impact. So the book is about a child, like basically they do one good thing and then somebody else does something completely different, but it made them think of it. And it's just a chain reaction.
I was going to say, what I liked about it is just how different all the different acts of kindness were.
Yeah.
I mean, they were so completely different. So that I thought that was nice, and some that are not very ones that you typically hear. So I liked that. I thought it gave a lot of.
I just thought it was cute, the different ideas, because there was like a food donation, and then the plastic bags that were from that. Another girl wanted to recycle those, and then another kid saw the recycling bin, so then he wanted to clean up his park, and then so just it's the little things you don't think about. It's kind of like when you just like go out of your way to be nice to someone and smile. It could change their whole day, and then make them be nice to somebody else too. So
I think it's important.
It's a great lesson.
Now, I realize this book is for children.
Yes.
But when I read How to Build a Better World, I assumed they would start with some sort of a iron, nickel, molten core,
Yeah.
but they clearly didn't elect to start there on building their better world.
Unfortunately not.
The heart is stronger than that.
Yeah.
It's, stronger than molten.
Not sure that's true.
It is a muscle.
Some other good books that I found. The book we were originally going to read, Ordinary Mary. Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deeds. So that one's very similar to Just Help. It's just an older version. I thought that Just Help was a little bit more relatable for kids now, especially with the drawings. But it's a very similar idea. Like she does one good thing, and then because of her good deed, then they help 5 people. Then those 5 people help 5 people. So like at the very end of the book, it's like it's the idea that like she made something good happen for the entire world just doing one thing. So, and then we got board books too. Community Spirit by Megan Anderson. So we got board books too. You can teach your kids just from when they're babies, just to be good to the community. But this was a really cute one as well. So I highly recommend that for younger kids. So
Those all look great.
yeah. So I was surprised how many books there were out there about just being good community people and helping others. So it's hard to pick the right one for us, but
I liked what you picked.
yeah.
It's cute.
And who wrote that first one?
The one that we read, Sonia Sotomayor.
And for those of you who are not in the aware, Sonia Sotomayor is an associate member of the Supreme Court of the United States.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that. I should know that, but I didn't know that. Well, she writes good books too.
She's an overachiever too.
Yes.
Just wanted to make listeners who may not be in the aware.
Aware.
So circling back to the foundation for a moment. You said there's an open spot.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Okay. Can we find 2 people to share the open spot?
Yes,
How would that work?
because we want more people. We would have another spot.
No, but in this case, it very, very much needs to be 2 people sharing one spot.
They just share the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I think as long as they kind of know each other, and I think probably showering would be an important part of
Yes.
that as
Deodorant,
well.
please.
Brushing teeth, that kind of hygienic kind of
Consent.
stuff. Yeah, I think that it would definitely be doable.
I was going to nominate Tara and I to share a seat.
I think that would be
But
great. You both
I-
smell great. You know.
No, because we'd be poking at each other the entire
Yeah.
time and like cracking jokes in the corner. We'd be very distracting.
I don't know.
Mm.
Some of our folks are pretty serious about this foundation, so they might.
I mean, we're serious in our way.
We here in the library like to treat all matters seriously. Although our seriousness doesn't always shine
Match. I do have a question that you might not have an answer to. But do you have like an idea of how many people have benefited from the community foundation, either the entire time it's been there or like within the last year?
We talked about that today. It is for sure well over 1,000 people that we have helped, and that's a really low number because we have. I mean, the grants and the funds that we have. I mean, we've got 30 different funds that we have that folks have started with us for one reason or another, and we're about spending it. It doesn't help if it sits there.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite grant?
Do I have a favorite grant?
Hugh Grant?
I was
Grant.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Carrie, but
Carrie
Oh.
Grant. He's
That's a good
one,
choice,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best one, I think. I think for me, I love everything that we do. My daughter's a graduating senior, so gosh, I love those scholarships.
Yeah, right.
So, but I think looking at the grant requests as they come in, you really can see folks in our community and things that are going on in our community. And, your neighbor might not be, having as great of a time as you think. So
Yeah.
it really, they're very humble requests. So it makes me happy that these folks have thought ahead so they can fulfill those humble requests for families.
And it's nice that people can go to your website either to donate or to request, so it kind of makes it nice and easy.
Yes. I agree. And we try to put stuff in the paper,
Mhm.
in the Bedford Press, every now and then we try to put ads in there to, kind of remind people that we're there, and so keep us top of mind, just like this podcast.
If you had absolute control
Ooh.
and unlimited funding,
Ooh.
what would be your dream project for your foundation?
My dream project for our foundation. Gosh, it would be so varied. I love making healthcare affordable for folks. I'm a senior advocate. Seniors, as in our not high school seniors, our senior seniors.
Yeah.
So I would love to see us, make sure that they can be well taken care of. I'm in the Perrysburg Rotary Club. We just put in an adaptive park in our park. I would love to see a big adaptive park here somewhere for kids. Those are really big high ticket items. So
You did say unlimited funds.
you're right, unlimited funds.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a hard one because I'd really have to think about. You'd want to help the most people that you could with what it was. So.
I'm going to flip that on you, Adrian. If you had unlimited funds, what would be your project?
Scrooge McDuck Vault.
Okay.
We charge admission for people to try and swim in it.
You have unlimited funds and you're going to charge admission. That's so mean. Very opposite
It
of
is
what's
the
going
American
on here.
way.
We went very different directions here.
But see, that's why I'm not in charge of a foundation.
That's fair. I do have sorry.
I was going to say one thing that we do have people do sometimes is we can if you have a foundation or you have a fund or something that you want to do and you're not a 501c3, we can be a pass-through for you because we are a 501c3. So we've got a few of those that we do if they have a large amount of money they want to put aside. We have like the Bedford Memorial Tree Fund. We've got that one. We just paid out Mom's Soul, which was a fund. We've got the Bedford Festival Fund. So we have some different funds that people can use us to filter through also because of our charitable licensing. So we try to help out people with that too.
And does it have to be a Bedford resident who requests, or can it be anyone from Monroe County if they like requesting money or requesting assistance? Right.
It does. It's the Bedford Community Foundation. So I'm trying to think of the kids that have gotten our scholarships, and I don't know if I have that listed. They're not all from Bedford High School. They are from other schools in the area. Yes.
So I'm going to ask you a highly controversial question right now. Okay.
Is it about tariffs? Because I don't know. I have no opinion.
Bedford began as West Erie, and then it split off and became its own entity. Should we try to acquire Erie and make them East Bedford?
Well, I can tell you that I belong to the Monroe County Business Alliance, and gosh, several times a year we have kind of a state of the county, and there's slated a lot of stuff to happen in Erie. So I would say, heck yeah, if we can get them in, get those tax dollars, let's do it, because they're getting some improvements over there.
Fantastic.
So that's what I think.
I mean, when we lost the Toledo War, we got the UP. So what happens if we fail this war? What do we get? It's like Petersburg.
I was going to say, we get Lenawee County.
We are coming up on our time limit, so we've got to switch gears and talk about what's going on at your local library.
Bum, bum, bum.
Cotton Candy Colors, coming Thursday, April 24th, 2025, at 6 p.m. at the Newport Branch Library. Summer reading is right around the corner. Join us at the Bedford Branch for Cotton Candy Colors. This will kick off our summer reading program, Color Our World. Register online, Newport Branch.
Coming up at the Erie and Luna Pier branches is our charcuterie board event. So this is for adults only, and you do need to register online. This will be at the Erie branch on April 28th and at the Luna Pier branch on April 29th. Come join us for a fun and informative demonstration on creating charcuterie boards. We will share creative ideas, ending with each participant creating their own board. Space is limited. Please register soon.
And at the Frenchtown Dixie Branch Library, they are hosting a pint-sized prom. Sunday, April 27th, 2025 from 3 to 4 p.m. Get your dancing shoes and your fanciest outfit. We are hosting a pint-sized prom. Children and their grown-ups will enjoy an afternoon together with dancing, snacks, and fun activities. This event will be formal and fancy and fun for kids up to 7 and their grown-ups. You can register online at bit.ly/pint, PINTPROMFD. Again, that's at the Frenchtown Dixie Branch Library.
Okay, serious question. Do you know how many pints in a gallon?
I said 2468,
You did.
so I was getting
Who
there.
do we appreciate? Now, here's one more question. Do you know what a peck is?
Yes, I do know what a peck is.
Do you know what a bushel is?
You gotta eat a bushel and a peck.
I love you.
A bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, a hug around the neck, and a
so
barrel
happy right now.
a barrel
Will you always join us?
About you,
About you.
the cows and chickens, go to the chickens. It's true.
So some people do know what a bushel and a peck is.
You gotta eat a peck of dirt before you die. That's what my grandma always said. Yes.
Moving right along.
He's doing that to mess with me because we're quizzical. He asked some pretty ridiculous questions. I was mad about that one.
Okay, I'll just straight up ask. Do you know how many Gregory pecks it takes to make a Gregory bushel?
A peck is half a bushel, isn't it? So two.
The only time I heard of a bushel to peck was the song. I didn't know they were real measurements of anything.
It is, because Erie Orchard, when my family would go apple picking every year, so you get a bushel or a peck. We buy a bushel and we don't eat them, so we end up with a peck.
Fine, it's just me. Okay, guys.
Moving along. How the Cookie Crumbled, the Great Cookie Mix-Up, coming April 21st, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. Did you know the chocolate chip cookie might have been an accident? After reading How the Cookie Crumbled, kids will get to mix up cookie dough and make their own happy accidents with creative mix-ins. Register online bit.ly/ErieCookie. That's at the Erie Branch Library on April 21st, 2025, 4:30 p.m.
You're trying to be like the Cookie Crisp mascot or something? What's going on here?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Clearly. Coming up at the Bedford Branch Library is Movies from Around the World. So our next movie will be on May 14th. It'll be Midnight in Paris.
This is the last one? Perfect. Bedford Branch Library is pleased to present Beyond the Veil, unveiling intuition, mediumship, psychic insights, and signs from the other side, coming Monday, April 28th, 2025, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. In this enlightening lecture, delve into the profound realms of intuition and signs that bridge the gap between this world and the afterlife. Explore the innate power of intuition as a guiding force in our lives. Presented by Christy Robinette, a spiritual healer, soul connectress, and best-selling author.
Ooh.
Register online, bit.ly/BD Beyond.
Should ask her if you can narrate her talk. You can just be in the background, just adding in.
And last but not least, would you once again remind our listeners what the Bedford Community Foundation has coming up?
We have coming up, our next event will be this fall, and we will be having our bowling event over at Forest View Lanes, so keep an eye out for that. And in February, we will have our euchre tournament, and that is at Angelo's Northwood Villa, and that'll be in February. And again, to be involved with us, check out our website. We would love to hear from you. We're always looking for folks to make donations, help out with our events, or become a trustee, become very involved. start an account, start a fund if you want to help support. So those are some things that they can do, and tell people about us.
Yeah. And reach out to Adrian if you want to share a position or a seat at the meetings.
I don't bathe very often.
Oh, that's what that is.
On that note, this has been In the Library with
Tara!
And I remain as ever, Adrian, and our special guest,
Julie Wadelick Roberts from the Bedford Community Foundation. Woo-hoo.